All right, guys, so this is just kind of be a walk around of my 1986 Honda Big Red 250. I bought this for a month or so ago, and I bought it from the guy that's owned it for 32 years. He bought it from his boss in the fall of '87. He owned it for 1 year, and he bought it to go hunting, and he decided that he didn't like hunting as much as he thought it would, and this guy bought it and owned it for 32 years, and I bought it from him. So that was pretty neat. It's in really good shape for what it is, I believe. When I bought it, it had a little tree stand wrap on the back. Of course, I took that off because I'm not using it for hunting. And it had a little gun rack on the front. I left that. It's just nice for whenever you want to throw your gun up there, whenever you're going around the farm or checking coyotes or whatever. It has one crack in the fender right there. And of course, it's very, very, very difficult to find one that doesn't. So I was very surprised with that. The seat's messed up. I'm also very typical for a machine this old. The tank has 0 dents in it. 0. There's a couple of little scratches, but the main one is right here. He had his key on a keychain. But other than that, it's in really, really good shape. I was super, super stoked about it. This is an 86 model, like I said, and it has the standard 5-speed with reverse. I also have a ATC 110 that I have a video on as well, and it does not have reverse. It has a high-low range 4-speed, so it has 4 low gears and 4 high gears. This one's just a true 5-speed like you would find on something you go out and buy today. But it's in super, super good condition. I've been looking for one of these for a very long time. I know everybody's gonna be like, oh, they're dangerous and oh my goodness, they're outlawed. Well, that's kind of the nostalgia to me. I like old things, I like antiques, and more so than that, I like antiques that are usable. And I use this thing all the time. I have a 4-wheeler that I will make a video on here in the near future, but I end up riding this more than I do the 4-wheeler around the farm. I kind of took some video today around my farm, a little project that we're doing with some trees, but I ride this all the time. I keep the 4-wheeler in the barn, it stays in there, and there's nothing wrong with it. I just enjoy riding this. If I'm going out and riding trails, riding with my buddies or something, I'm going to take the 4-wheeler just because I feel more comfortable on it. But as far as just getting out here and working and riding around and running my dog and stuff, this is more fun to me. I can just get out here and cruise and enjoy myself. Runs great, actually. When it's cold, it smokes just a hair when you get up in the RPMs, but once it warms up, it doesn't at all. And from what I've read and people I've talked to that have owned these, they said that's very common. I had a family member that said he bought one of these new in '86, and he said his did that after 1 year. So I don't know, he might have just rode it hard or something, but I think this one's been very well taken care of. But anyway, I just want to kind of put this up there and show y'all around. One neat thing about this that I didn't realize until I got to look at it, because I never really looked at one much, this is the toolbox. So it starts here and here, and you lift it up, and it's huge. This is all stuff. I haven't even cleaned it out from when I bought it. But anyway, it's huge. It's bigger than any toolbox that you'll find on a newer machine. Of course, it's got the back rack and the front rack, which is nice. It does have reserve, which I'm sure is pretty common, and the trailer hitch, front and rear shocks. Some of the stuff may sound pretty standard, but the one I had before this, which I still have, that 110, it doesn't have shocks at all. It's like a hardtail Harley. I mean, it has 0 shocks in the front, 0 in the rear. Doesn't have a toolbox, doesn't have a front rack. The rear rack that it has was an option. I mean, it was not a Honda rack, it's an aftermarket. It might have been a factory aftermarket, a dealer option or something, but it's aftermarket. Of course, electric start. This one, electric start works on this. So does the kickstart. Another thing that's kind of difficult to find, this one has all the panels. So yes, the fender is broke, but everything's still intact. The toolbox is still intact. The front fender's still intact all the way up here. It has this bezel right here is bent a little bit, but other than that, everything's straight. The rear rack's straight, front rack's straight. Headlight, tail lights, they all work. High and low beams. These little side covers, they're still on there, both of them. This one's the one that always gets lost. The kickstart's right behind here, and you just pop it off, like, just that simple. And those are always gone. People lose them and then forget about them or break them or whatever. But anyway, this is just something I've always wanted, and I came across, and found it was a pretty good deal. And so the guy had just posted it. It only been on the internet 5 minutes, and I called him and I told him I was coming that night to buy it. And I got there and it was everything he said it was, and so I bought it. But anyway, just gonna kind of make a quick little walk around video. Super fun. They are a little dangerous. It can get away from you if you don't respect it. Not near as bad as the 110 though. The 110 will really throw you. This one has a lot more give in it, being bigger, and then it has shocks. You can ride across the field or whatnot, and it's very controllable compared to that 110, but still not as safe as a four-wheeler. So you just gotta use your brain and take it easy and don't get in a hurry. But anyway, I'll see y'all on the next one.